Hello and welcome to the Portable Lab series. Today we are going to look at installing Proxmox VE 9.1 on a mini PC. I'm set up through the Comet KVM, and so this is a bare metal hardware install. There shouldn't be any real confusion. Obviously, the keys to select a boot menu are going to be different for your particular manufacturer, but all things considered, everything should work as is shown here. Okay, so we are on the Comet. I'm going to hit the power button. And mount image. There we go. Okay, so we're going to click over here. Should capture my keyboard. And F1 to retry boot. No bootable devices found. We'll do F2 for setup utility. And that's not going to help us. Let's look at virtual media again. Stop mounting. It's the Proxmox ISO. That's fine. Exit this and see if it picks it up. And we've got Proxmox. All right, so I'm going to put this full screen. There we go. All right, so now you're seeing what you should see if you're installing it on bare metal. So we're going to hit enter and we'll see what this little machine can do. All right, and user license agreement. Agree, hard disk. We've got two options here. We're going to install to the smaller drive. And next, United States. And we are going to set this up. Even though I'm traveling at the moment, I'm going to set this up as America Detroit. Password and email. 10.10.74.52. I said 26. 10.10.74.1. 10.10.74.1. Actually going to move. Now, is that not plugged in? Okay, that is doing what it's supposed to. So we bring it over here. Now we should be ready to go. And install. And now we wait. Okay, so we have finished the install and we're on 7452 port 8006. So let's exit out of this. And this is 10.10.74.52 8006. Site can't be reached. Let's see. We're still booting up. Reload. Advanced. Proceed. And we have a fresh install of Proxmox VE ready for configuration. All right, so We need to do a little configuration. And so we're on the data center level. We need to come to the node level, repositories. And we are going to disable that, and that is for Ceph. We are going to enable the no subscription, and we're going to add Ceph no subscription, add, and then we can come down here and make sure enterprise is disabled. And now we can go to updates and refresh and perform our upgrades. And this will get our Proxmox installed and updated. And then we can come back and do some further configuration work, like adding the second disk and things of that nature that will allow us to push our usage of the product forward. All right, so we need to restart to activate the new kernel. We'll close this, and then we're going to come up here to data center level. Oh, going to come here, and we're going to go to reboot and say yes. And this should come back up in a minute or two. We can watch it over here. And that should be restarted. We can refresh this. And it didn't kick us out, so we are good to go there. We are going to come down here to, let's see, we're going to go to data center. We're going to take a look at storage. And we've got the option to add disks. And so we've got our boot drive here. Got the NVMe. We're going to wipe disk. That is wiped. And then I'm going to do something I've not done before, and we are going to come down to ZFS, create ZFS, and just PVE ZFS, single disk, compression on, and it's going to be this NVMe drive. We're going to say create. And now we've got this down here. We'll look at disks. That all looks good. We'll come to PVE ZFS. So we've got no containers or anything stored on it yet. And one last configuration note. We are going to come down. We're going to come up to data center and storage. We're going to do PVE ZFS and say edit. And the content, disk image, and container. We've got thin provisioning we can use. It's enabled. Say OK to that. And on local KVM, we've got disk image and container. And then on local, we've got backup, import, and ISO image. Turn off ISO image on that. I want to turn on maybe that has to be that way since we're using ZFS. PVE ZFS, edit. Yes, we don't get options for the ISO images, which is fine. We can be a little careful with how we do this. All right, so there is a basic install of Proxmox. All right, so hopefully this helps people getting into Proxmox for the first time. I do absolutely recommend use the documentation, use the Proxmox forum, uh, visit Spiceworks or Reddit or Stack Overflow or what have you, and ask questions in the proper forums. I'm just one person. I am not affiliated with Proxmox. So it is very likely that if you have a question, especially one that I may not know the answer to, head over to one of those resources and take a look. Maybe somebody's already answered your question. And if not, then maybe you can find somebody that is a little more available than I am and can get your question answered very quickly. So, on that note, I'm going to call this the end, and we will have at least one or two additional videos in this series talking about Proxmox, the setup of Proxmox, some post-install things. We will look at things like Prox Menu X, Pulse. We will, set up some monitoring, some containers and different things, and build this up to be a system that is usable for many tasks. So on that note, I will see you in the next one.